All right, welcome to the show. How you doing? What's up? What's up? I am World Citizen News. All right, I believe the link is in the chat. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Ellie? Toe for life. Who else is in here? The Constitution matters. How you doing, sir? All right, let me go ahead and post that link again, just in case. You got it. We got it. It's all good. How's everybody doing today? Finally made it home. It's been a long day. I really didn't do too much today, but it was still a very long day. Living the dream, my man. Living the dream. That's all it is. It's just a dream. It would be nice if we could live reality. And reality would be just as good as a dream. But the way they got society set up nowadays. So I guess that's all we can do is live the dream, huh? Just hope they don't wake us up and we reveal to the nightmare that's actually in presence. What's up? Okay, who do we have? We have a guest in the back. Toe for life. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream.
What's up? How we doing tonight, everybody?
South Alabama.
Yeah.
Cop watch. All right. Everybody feel free to come on up, get on this panel.
Road dogs.
Like Brutus.
Welcome in, road dogs.
Have a discussion, a dialogue, or whatever it may be. That's the only way to get to know each other better. Is to have these conversations.
I'm gonna change my avatar for Ellie.
Yeah, I got my keys back. Smash that like button. Yeah. Oh, I got me some Heineken. Cheers. I don't know if y'all drink Heinekens or not, but that's the only kind of beer I buy. I won't buy anything else. Shit was like $17.
I don't like beer. I'm not a big fan of beer. Tastes like warm piss.
But it's good when it's ice cold. I like it.
I want to know how you know what warm piss tastes like.
Is anybody talking? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh shit! You know what? I had my volume cut down, so I don't know if you guys were talking or not, and I probably was just talking over you guys, and I was wondering why you guys wasn't talking. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about beer tastes like warm piss. Someone's got their something open.
Not me.
Yeah, it's echoing. Someone's got another got their YouTube open or something.
Not me. Let me mute my mic and see if it stops.
Is it still echoing?
Nope. I'm not hearing the echo now.
No. Come back in, W. Yeah, there it goes. As soon as we came in.
Yep.
Well, I don't hear anything. Let me see. Let me pull out my microphone and put it back in. All right. Do you still hear?
Dragon, hey, I'm over here, but you weren't over on mine. I see how you are.
Yeah.
I want to know how the two of y'all know how beer tastes like urine. I've never tasted urine myself, so.
Me neither.
Dragon,
So
that says me.
Okay, is my mic any better?
Yeah, it's better. It's not echoing. I don't hear an echo no more.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not hearing the echo anymore.
Cool. All right. South Alabama Cop Watch. How you doing, sir? You smoking? What you smoking, man? What you puffing on? If you gonna come up in here, yeah, if you gotta come up in here, you gotta type it in, puff pass, so we know that you sharing virtually, digitally. computer love.
Sharing.
We're gonna do blow some smoke through the microphone.
So how's everybody's night going? I'm having a good night so far.
It's going pretty good. Pretty good. I can't complain.
Nope.
What do you think, Road Dog? You back from your road trip?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually walked in right about the time he went live.
Oh, all right. What do we got? World news tonight? Any world news? World?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
He probably left his scratch pad somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said he had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. Earlier, he said that. Yeah,
this, that, and the other.
Where was Dragonette on our earlier panel, man? Now she's out here and
I know. That's what I said. Don't love me anymore.
oh my, look at that. Guess who walked in? How you doing, Jersey?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I don't want to interrupt. I just wanted to hop in while I'm smoking a blunt. I'll be listening. I'm going mute.
You're not interrupting, man. This is your house.
I'm a little drunk.
It don't
I'm a little
matter.
drunk.
We got your back.
Hey, Ellie, that's not a video game. That is Toe's message thing. When he gets the message, that's what it does.
Hey, this is a safe space for you, Jersey. It's all good.
Yeah. Oh,
I had a video. I wanted to have you guys play. Let's pull up one of Jersey's videos while he's in here.
What do we want?
I don't know. Let's pull up one of Jersey's videos. Let's see what we got.
Let me get over click.
All right, I'm gonna look for something over here. I had something. Let me see if I still got it saved. Let me do some checks on. So, how you doing, Dragonette? You had a phone call the last 2 hours? That's a long ass phone call.
Here we go. I'm about to bring this over here.
All right. I am Sparta. Did y'all check out the thumbnail? That's the first thing I thought of when I saw him standing there with no shirt on and all them cops. I couldn't think of nothing else but Sparta.
It's down in the basement.
All right.
Ready?
All right.
Facebook live stream for right now. Subscribe, busy watching.
This is a good video. I love this video. We got sound, right?
Yeah.
I'm driving.
We got sound.
I need to do whatever.
We're gonna make this
All right.
right here.
All right, Jersey, what's going on in this video right here?
Sorry,
All right,
brother. I had to go.
no problem. Hey, give us a little input on what's going on in this video.
Well, forget what's going on in this video. Just know 1 hour, 2 hours after this video, a warrant was issued for my arrest.
I spoke with
Okay.
I cursed off the cop. I cursed off the cop that called me princess, but this officer actually made the warrant.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back on mute and keep hitting the blunt because I'm a little bit drunk.
Go ahead, man. It's all good.
From the judge, so this way I can I already know I'm going to sue the township again and the police department. I just have to see what was shown to the judge to decide whether or not I'm going to do my ethics complaints on the judge as well.
I want to make sure that
I kind of have an understanding what may or may not have been shown. And, I think they misrepresented things. They put things down on purpose to put me in the county jail. For example, first degree for conspiracy. There can never be first degree to conspiracy. So,
yeah, because I'm working in town today at the front desk. I just got to make sure that I know
See
where
that?
everybody's going.
arrest for calling somebody a princess. That's what the warrant was actually given out for. Calling somebody a princess that was harassing me. So I'm just here to get my paperwork. I'm not causing any trouble,
I just, they're gonna do operational order. Anybody that comes in, I gotta kind of know where they're going. So
It's all right.
the records.
No, you know what it is? Normally when I walk through, everyone else gives me a hard time, but you know what I figured? I figured that you were the one, they were just acting like Karens about it. And you were just doing your job. Hey, how you doing? Can I have my records? Yes, I apologize. I would like to have my records regarding these two. They each say page 3 of 7. I would like all 7 pages. Yes, I would like the discovery affidavit of probable cause. Yes, discovery affidavit of probable cause because I'm already gonna sue.
Okay, did you request discovery for this?
How do I request? Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going all right.
What,
How's it going with you?
It's going well.
All right.
Did you check in with the guys downstairs?
Why would I need to check in with the guys
That's
downstairs?
up for people in the building.
Well,
We're asking people to get checked temperature wise.
I did. I went through the protocol. I went and I did the thing and everything.
It's amazing they don't know what the hell is going on between the two of them.
Would help you out with what you need to get?
I don't know. I'm about to see. Is this standard operating procedure to just intimidate members of the public that walk in to do their business?
Just asking if you're supposed to even speak to.
I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's all I'm trying to figure out.
Well, can you go about your business so I can go about my business? I also don't need a mask. I'm exempt.
That's what we do. So
I'm exempt.
you're exempt.
Medical.
We're both gonna put a mask on.
You can put a mask on.
We will, what do you need to get here so we can help you out?
You're not. I didn't come here to ask for your help. These young ladies were helping me out just fine until you came. I'm exempt. Governor's order. I don't need to carry around a doctor's note. You're violating the American Disabilities Act, and the first fine is $75,000. May I please continue conducting my business?
What do you need to get from him? That's what we're here trying to figure out. So
I don't need to speak to you. I'm not here to speak to you,
So
sir.
tell them what you need.
I'm not here to do business with you. All right. Well,
So tell them what you need so we can help you out.
when
Jesus.
it's possible for me to, and you give me my 6-foot space, sir, maybe I can continue to conduct my business.
Yeah, you can speak to them and ask them.
Yeah.
You have to speak louder through the glass, okay?
Did I hand you my paper? Okay.
You gave me these papers, now what do you need?
I would like all 7 pages. I would like the discovery and affidavit of probable cause that the judge saw.
Okay, did you request discovery?
Not yet. How do I do that?
Are you here to request discovery?
Yes, I am. I'm going pro se. Last time they told me to have my lawyer, even though I have a lawyer for other charges.
And you know what's crazy is all these people in these positions and they don't even know what they're supposed to do. They half the time they don't know where documents are or what you asking for because people never came in there asking for it, so they don't know shit.
What's funny is that he said it 3 freaking times before that, and she heard him. Then she asked him again. You know what I mean? It's just like they're playing games. Well, it's not even like they're playing games. That's all they're fucking doing with him. They play games with him all the time.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. And then they play dumb. Oh,
Yeah.
sir, you can get it online. I don't know how to find it here. I don't want to do my job.
Yeah,
Can you leave, sir? I was in there on YouTube watching some goddamn auditing videos. Now I gotta sit here and do paperwork.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots, man.
They refused to give me, said to have my lawyer call. For this, I'm pro se. I'm going to represent myself, so I have every right. The person downstairs underneath who works with the judge here in Edison Township told me I can come up here and request. Thank you. I didn't just wake up and decide to, yes. Didn't just wake up off Sergeant Brown and decide to come in here. I was told to come in here. I was directed by the person that I spoke with downstairs. A male?
You spoke with the officer downstairs?
No, I spoke with a male.
A male where?
That works in
It don't matter who you spoke with, because even if they know who you spoke with, they still gonna act dumb and act like they don't know what you're talking about.
Well, obviously they had the cop that's watching the fucking building downstairs come upstairs, talk to Jersey, and then he thought that what he did is he did well. I thought he did his job. He checked to see what Jersey was there for. Jersey told him. He got in the elevator, back downstairs, continue with my day. Then they send this douchebag up here to fuck with him.
Yeah, to intimidate him.
Right.
Or try to at least.
I can't say come upstairs and get your record.
Just so you know, for the next time, I'm sure you probably do understand how we operate here. There's an officer at the window, right? So if you come in, you hit the button. They ask you what you're here for. It's just how we're doing things for now.
I understand.
They ask you what you need, and I don't think you spoke to the officer there. That's why I'm here.
He didn't initiate contact with me either.
So however you got in the building, I wasn't here to see how that happened.
He fucking walked in. That's how he got in.
We need to know who comes here and what they're looking to do. That's just our procedure.
Well, he just told you what the fuck he's there to do.
That's why.
And you know they know who he is because he's getting paperwork.
Did you hear what he said? He said, that's why I'm up here to see because that's our procedure to see what you're doing. You just had the fucking cop downstairs already do this. So why are you still standing here?
And then he just told the ladies exactly what he wanted, what he was there for, maybe 2 or 3 times. So they know what he's there for and what he's doing. Dumbass. They just fucking with him.
Yeah.
I wish I just had a raw sausage and just slapped their ass with a raw sausage.
So I'm here doing that for you, but she's got what she needs.
No, I did speak with somebody. He went back. He came up.
Is that what he's looking for?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, for pro se representative, there's written directions right here. You can clearly read it and see that you need a letter from your municipal. Okay, nothing is different. And in the following bullet point, it says that you will be contacted within 2 weeks to obtain the discovery. I'm going to provide this to you. You can look at yourself and read your copy. Okay, any questions?
Okay, I just want to know why it takes 2 weeks when the last time they told me if a lawyer sends in a letter of representation, they'll give it to me same day. I mean,
We don't do that. It's 2 weeks like that.
It's always 2 weeks. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful. People shouldn't have to come in here, Sergeant Brown, and be intimidated. The last time I came in here, the reason why I continue to proceed to go to the second floor and conduct my business is because, for whatever reason, you officers think you can intimidate us not to come up here to the second floor, keep us downstairs. Then you get that one Karen, that one Karen that works all the way over there and is always, not you ladies, but there's never met me before.
Never met you before.
Never met me before.
Sure, you can.
That's a lie. He's part of the gang stalking task force.
Yeah. Now watch this. So here towards the end of this video, there's going to be a hidden little gem that's one of those blow your fucking mind gems too. So watch this.
All of your records and
Is there something that says in the building that I have to wait downstairs, that I cannot come to the second
there's a
floor?
sign that says you press the button, you speak to an officer, and you advise the officer why you're here, and then we can.
Well, he asked me if I needed help. I told him I don't need any help, and I went on my way. Nobody asked me to stop. No one asked me to do anything.
Figured out what was going on. That's why. So we got to the bottom of it. You got the information that you needed, which I'm glad that you were able to. So if you got everything you need, then I don't think there's anything else left to.
All right. So why are you still here and you haven't left the scene yet?
Because you're still here.
That's when
He just told on himself.
You're intimidating me, making
Yeah. Straight intimidation. You just told him.
Because you're here.
I came here to do a little bit of business, and I feel a little bit intimidated right now. Is this how every member of the public gets treated when they come up here for a records request?
Everybody remember that woman right there. Remember that blonde-haired woman. That's all I have to say.
Or is this how we treat the residents we maliciously prosecute? I don't know. I'm trying to think about it. If I'm given a little bit of space to breathe and remember why I came here. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a figure of speech that, you're very. No, I'm making a problem? Huh? You can go back to your desk. You can, if we're done, you can quickly go back to your desk. I don't know why you two are still needed. Okay. Well, as you can see, no one's left at the counter. So, what's going on? No, this is absolutely disgusting. I came in here to not even initiate contact with anyone, to just get advice from them, and then do whatever procedure I'm about to do. And this is just absolutely disgusting. Yeah, bullshit.
So cops encumber all the facets of the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and who was else on there?
The Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. Okay. All three.
Yeah, Constitution Matters had some good little points right there. Well, I'm watching them and I'm listening to them. I was going to revert back once we got done with the video. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Here for right, Sergeant Brown? Right, Sergeant Brown? Is this what we do? Is this what Edison Police does? Maliciously prosecute members of the public. We go after people because they're running for political office. Is that what we do?
I can't speak to
calling somebody a princess that initiated contact with me while I was doing my campaign commercial showing the contaminated properties here in South Edison. She sexually harassed me, insulted me, and you guys put me in freaking jail for something you could have summoned me for calling the young lady a princess. Are you freaking kidding me? And then when I come up here to do a records request, I have to be intimidated in my own town. There was absolutely. Okay. No problem. Someone comes up, I'll step away. No problem. Was there a reason why you came outside?
She's probably taking you to leave. You're probably gonna carry on with the rest of her day, so.
All right, no, I'm just making sure, I'm not being surrounded for no reason because I was about to leave. I came to tell you what I needed to tell you and then leave again. I'm allowed to do that. I didn't break any laws, just like I didn't break any laws this day.
That's why I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah. She's a police officer? She's a police officer? I want her name and badge number. Oh, now we walk away. Can I have your name and badge number?
Sure, Officer Nicolak, number 393.
Nicolak, all right.
There it is. There's the hidden that I was talking about. Mind fucking blown. She's a cop too. So 3 fucking cops to figure out what Jersey's doing when all he's doing is going and pulling his public records request.
So she's in there acting like she's administrative in there, and that's why it was 2 ladies in there. So the little short lady was the one who actually works in there. So she was in there trying to sidetrack him, basically, with this guy. They was both sent down there to sidetrack him.
Yeah. So you just thought she would. So everybody just thought while you're watching this video, you think she's just some counter worker, and then turns around and she's a fucking cop too. So not only they had the cop from downstairs come up, find out what he's doing, he leaves. Then you have this.
Boom.
Then you have this bullshit tyrant here, just being whatever the hell he is, and then find out she's a cop. So they all know what the hell he's doing. Why you got to explain yourself to that many fucking people? Doesn't even make sense.
You should have to explain anything to him.
Right.
What's up, Heather?
Exactly.
All right. Do you want to be alone on the?
It doesn't matter to me, whatever you
I go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead.
I like that. Jersey don't want to be in
I
the
do too.
elevator with him.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't either.
Could have took the stairs, but I'll wait the extra minute.
Yeah.
No exercise.
He don't want to get in the stairwell. He's scared the cop will follow him and beat him up. Fuck.
No,
Always ask for me. I'm always there.
normally when I come up, the other lady's screaming.
You ask for me.
I actually came up here the one time, spoke to nobody, and I had the whole freaking detective bureau surround me. And when I asked them, God bless you, and when I asked them why I was being surrounded, Officer Mikulak, their excuse was because I was yelling. I didn't even open my mouth yet.
No.
So I'm being honest. If she's gonna put people, she's putting members of the public, not you, that one lady in there that acts like a Karen, and I'm gonna identify her, and I'm gonna make nonstop complaints on her because not only that lady puts members of the public at risk. What are we gonna do? Someone's gonna get shot one day because they just want to get their own records. I mean, well, let's hope not, but have a nice day.
I think that's about it when it comes to any interactions. Or maybe he does have another interaction down here.
Oh no, I apologize.
Well, after we watch this, I want to watch a Dragonette video.
What happened? Oh, there we go. It's over.
That's it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's crazy. You can't even go in and get your paperwork, get some simple information without going through some bullshit.
And if you're just coming in, because Jersey was just up on panel, but he dropped out because he's having him a little party night. He said that was what 2-3 hours, and then they put a warrant out for his arrest.
Yeah,
Yep.
he said 2 hours after that, they put a warrant out for his arrest. Right after he came in there and tried to get that paperwork. So they tried to lock him up right before the election.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What's up, Heather? Let's watch one of Dragonette's videos. Let's show some love to Dragonette. She was out cop watching. Let's see what she got.
Hey guys,
Hang on.
No problem. Take your time. I tried to cut my cam on. My cam is not working for some reason. I may need to go out and come back in.
There, you gotta bring that Dragonette video up.
Okay.
Apparently, Ellie.
know what's going on, but there's a police officer that's headed over to that little shopping area over there. I'm not sure what that is going on, but I'm gonna check it out as soon as I get it. There's another officer. Oh, it's crazy tonight. Oh, there's something down that road.
Uh-oh.
Or no, they're all going over there. Okay, here we go. I have my camera on the gimbal. And
Jody Cat's on a. All right, after we watch this, we'll check Jody Cat out.
back there.
It's
Yeah,
about-
you're doing good.
I'm gonna speed dragging that up a little bit.
All right.
Wow. Crazy.
No, Dragonette, you're not that fast. I just sped you up on the video.
Vehicle every time, but I've got 2 in here.
Cherries and berries.
Yeah,
She got her some cherries and berries.
yeah. I'm gonna go normal speed as soon as she gets out and across the street there.
Dragonette, you're not crazy until you actually start arguing with yourself.
Right. Yeah, when you start getting answered when you talk to yourself, that's when you're nuts.
No, I'll answer myself, just like she said. Talk to myself again. You start
Something's
arguing.
wrong with your mic. Your mic is going in and out.
Mine
It's
is.
getting like, yeah, you're getting like a real bad feedback every once in a while. Oh, she just ended her live. Okay, it's okay right now. It's like you got a short in a wire or something.
Yeah.
No. It's probably
Yeah.
because of the. If I turn it up a little bit, it'll do that. I just cranked it all the way down, so it should be fine now.
Okay.
Emergency.
Is that a Toyota?
Anyway, but it's a lot
Wait,
of
stop.
activity here.
Stop. Well, I just noticed that. Dragonette, is that a Toyota police car?
Oh, they got all kinds of Toyota police cars.
You got to be shitting me.
Mm-mm. We even have one of the those little tiny shoebox smart cars. We even have one of those as a cop car here.
I just don't get how these municipalities get away with spending money out of the country for things like
I
that.
joke.
When
I
you
joke
can
with
buy
the guy that
American.
drives it. I joke with the guy that drives it. I always tell him, I'm like, you know, what is this? If you're in a high speed chase, is it considered a high speed walk? Because I can walk faster than your car.
Dragonette said we cheat.
Someone that could possibly just be sick or in urgent need of health care. But
All right, let me see how to do that.
It's probably me.
not really.
I was hard to say. He just needs to turn his up.
Yeah. Well, my volume's all the way up. Well, let me turn up my volume on the speakers.
How do I turn it up?
It's me,
And
WCN.
That fire truck is using his code
There you go.
lights in order to get back on the road instead of waiting for traffic. That was not good. But anyway, back to this incident. I will go over and I'm trying to get more information. But like I said, I don't want to leave my car too far because I have my 2A in there and I'm not in a really good neighborhood. I mean, I'm not fearful for myself, but I'm fearful that, you know, a weapon can actually be put on the street that I'm responsible for. And I don't like that. But whatever the case is, it looks like it's over with. There was a lot of activity over here, but they are all leaving. Ambulance is going.
Pretty lights.
Hopefully the medical emergency was not that severe or not needed. And that ambulance going code 3, it may have an injured person or an ill person there. This is the actual backside of a business, a little strip mall. But unfortunately, I'm not going to approach the scene any further because, like I said, that I may have to take that thingy out of my car so that I don't have to worry about it getting in the hands of a criminal. But I do believe that I need it for protection as well. But yes, it seems that they've got things handled pretty well. Since I am not going any closer to the scene, I will cut this static video. And I appreciate everyone that watches. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get up to the 1,000 mark so that I have a safety net for myself when I'm out here doing these activities. You know, in the case that I really need to go live, I can go live, but it doesn't save. So this is Dragonette Transparency out. Thank you. Around to the side of to the front of the business. I was just recording, and they've got crime scene tape up, so I am going to check this out a little bit further. Since I've got my car here, I'm going to see if I can find out what's going on. We are here in front of Steak Plus Pizza and a dentist place. We do have crime scene tape up that I cannot cross, but I am I'm going to get up here a little bit and record. I have no clue what these vehicles have to do with the issue. That one is outside the crime scene. This one is actually inside the crime scene. We've got some responding officers. Cannot see what really has happened. Maybe we will be able to find out. That kind of depends on these officers. Yeah, they're doing their little. I have no clue. But thankfully, they're not approaching me, telling me I cannot record, so that's awesome. Excuse me, do you know what happened? I just got here, so. You don't know? Thank you. Well, he's going to these shops. I have no idea why. Yeah, I heard them talking about YouTube videos being all over the place. Yes, we are. Let's walk over here and get this car. I would love to know what happened, but I don't think that they're going to tell me. Anyway, this is the tag and number for this car. They arrived late, but they are going into the businesses asking questions, so I have no clue. It would be nice if they could. Yes.
Just because there's private information on that screen, I just need to make sure that screen's
That's something that you'll need to watch for. Can you tell me anything of what happened? Well, I'm not going to get any information.
Dragoness said, well, shit, that's on you.
That was great. She handled that perfectly too. That was awesome.
Yeah, she was like, well, shit, I'm gonna film it anyway.
Not going to share with me.
I think she was right close to saying her delete button was broke.
So,
Yeah.
I guess since there's no person here for that car,
She did real good.
on the information, I can look at that later. They should close their laptops if they don't want us to read them. Don't come up and tell me that you've got private information and then leave it open for me to record.
I'm gonna share this to my community page.
So they're not going to share any information. There's no one here. They're just standing around taxpayer dollars. I don't know why, unless they're waiting for a tow truck. But this is Dragonette Transparency Out. Thank you. Okay, guys, I have found out what is going on over there. I recorded when all of the vehicles were there, and they had everything blocked. Let me see. Yeah, they had everything blocked. And there is a car over there that I've recorded, and I have since found out that there was actually a shooting. The officer refused to give me any information about it, but there was a shooting there, and they put forth in to, I suppose, listen to the news or whatever the case will be. Like I said, the officers would not give me any information. I did get a little bit of his screen. I don't know if you can tell me anything about the call on that.
WCN, that was loud.
It was a shooting. This is Dragonette out.
Dragging it out.
Dragging that out.
All right. Hey, I posted a link in the chat. There's a video we could play. That's a video from My State Transparency.
Okay. Give me a minute. I'll pull it up. Let me cue it up. I want to say a couple things about Dragonette if we don't, before
Go
we
ahead. Yeah. We got to show her some love.
Yeah. So Dragonette, just to let you know, I believe you did an awesome job. Your editing looked fine to me. And anybody that's in chat or whatever, if you haven't subscribed to Dragonette, go over and subscribe to her. She is an awesome person, and she does good work. There you go.
No, that was real good. And it only gets better.
That's what I was trying to tell her. She did a great job. I thought it was fine, especially for somebody just starting out. And as you go along, you'll get better and better and better.
And look, and she got closer to the cops than I ever did.
Yeah, she was right up there at the tape, checking it out.
She was right there, and he's like, ma'am, you can't be looking at my computer. It's sensitive information. She said, well, shit, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you.
Probably shouldn't have it open then.
I like that.
Good job, Dragonette, for sure. All right. So what we're trying to look at something else. What are we?
Yeah, my state transparency. He got a little video. We can analyze and break it down.
Oh my goodness. All right, hang on. I gotta throw it over here. Share. Yeah. All right, man, it's in the basement.
All right.
My State Transparency.
Okay, y'all, it's your boy King and Queen with My State Transparency. We down here on Sherman Avenue, on the corner of Sherman Avenue and Whaley. And we have a little scene going on, so we're going to keep these officers accountable,
You want to make sure they don't do nothing crazy, violate her rights. There we go.
Was they carrying her?
Gotta flip that camera on.
Well, it looked like they picked her up and moved her. Two of them there are negotiators.
Let me extend this a little bit.
That's pretty much it, Constitution. Oh, actually, three of them are negotiators.
Why they got police negotiators? Okay, so I'm gonna try to tell y'all what's going on. They got a young lady on a stretcher for whatever happened, for whatever reason why they're out here. I guess she needs medical assistance, so they put her on an ambulance stretcher. She's screaming, obviously wanting no parts.
Police negotiators.
Yeah.
There's at least three of them there.
Yeah, instead of having 6 months training, they got 6 months and 1 week training.
All right, yes, sir. May I have your name and badge number, sir?
Sure. So, sorry, my badge number is 409.
Thank you. Can you tell us what's going on or not really?
It's like this little girl was having a hard time. There may have been some concern that she was going to hurt herself. And so there was another woman, I'm not sure if it was her mother, but there was another woman who was trying to help her. I'm not sure if she left a group home or if it's her mother.
So I like him. He came straight out and started telling you, hey man, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't the one to gossip. And you ain't heard this from me, but
Miss, ain't nobody record. We can't even see her. Even if I did, I would blur her all the way out the video. She a minor. Turn around and do your job, man. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. I own the company I work for. Excuse me. Stop. Come on. Now you the story, miss. I'm having a hard time with her not minding her goddamn business.
Well, you're also not minding your business.
Well, it's my right. It's my First Amendment right to be out here recording, making sure y'all don't violate her right. So what do you mean I'm minding? This is my.
Hang on. WCN, play that back. What'd you say about this guy now?
yeah, he's backpedaling.
Yeah, he just flipped the script on you, didn't he?
Well, see, that's how they all do. When if one of them gang up on you, they all gonna gang up on you, no matter if he was nice to you in the beginning or not. Shit,
That's their
they
gang
gonna back
mentality.
they gonna back each other.
Yep.
What is my business? So, may I have your name and badge number?
Yeah, Sergeant Finch, 456.
Thank you. May I have your name and badge number?
Sure, Sergeant Kendall, 479.
Thank you. You guys are dismissed. I didn't ask for no help.
What's your business?
I'm recording because this is what I do.
Are you like the Elm City News?
No.
Like the same thing?
No.
Ellie, if you're still in here, that cop on the other side there, she's kind of cute. I want to see her butt.
Never even heard of it.
Okay. What's your objective?
My objective is to record what's going on in public. Yeah, that's it. I don't know why she addressed me. I can't even see the young lady on the stretcher. And being that she is a minor, I wouldn't put her picture and none of her information online. That's what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. She said, if it was my child, I wouldn't want my child plastered all over, nothing. So I wouldn't do that.
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, it depends on what's going on in the video, because we got to follow them. So what we do is we go out and we keep our government accountable. You know, it's not just out here on the streets, but we go to City Hall, we go see the mayor, we go see everybody. So our job as taxpayer citizens is to exercise our rights, because in our opinion, they're like muscle. If you don't use them, you lose them. So we use our First Amendment right under the Constitution to go out and record things that are in the public interest, and we report it back to the public. Of course, all sensitive information that deals with children or domestic violence, we don't put that information or people face out to the public. So what we do is we make sure things like this that's going on, and you know, being that she's, you know, upset and don't want to cooperate, that you guys don't take your power and things that you guys got to harm her in order to keep her calm, you know? So we keep y'all accountable, and she can't say, oh, officer such and such, when it was putting me on the stretcher, bent my arm back and now my arm hurt. Well, no, that's not what officer such and such did because I got it on video. So it works both ways, you know? We just, you know, we do it a lot. We get a lot of slack from, you know, officers. Nobody recorded, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know, you guys do it to make us look bad, and it's not the truth because I can't make you guys look bad. Just like you can't make me commit a crime. You get what I'm saying? So how you look on this video determines how you act on the video. You know, no matter how much editing I do, I can't make you look like you beating me up and you're not beating me up. You know, so this is what we do. You know, I understand she's upset that we're recorded, but you know, she don't know it, so she don't know that we wouldn't release her loved one information on it.
Public don't know law either, so they might not know that you're allowed to stand here and record the way you know your rights.
Right.
The only reason there's so many of us out here.
He just schooled all three of they fucking asses.
Yeah, he did.
We're out here walking around talking to people, kind of just engaging with people. We sent a gentleman who was suicidal to the hospital a block over, and we all just happened to be in the area when the call came over the radio.
Here comes Butch.
It so happens that
Yeah, there she comes.
You'll probably never see that on the internet.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
How you are?
Hang on, let me get back. Where was I at? I want to
What
see.
happened? Yeah, big
Right there.
birthday.
Yeah. Anyways, I was gonna say, look at that face, dude. Tell me, she ain't
Yeah.
up with a fucking attitude already.
You know why she got a fucking attitude? Because she don't got no man that's fucking her. She got some. If she got a dude, she's running over him.
Something.
Look at her. Yeah, she's the fucking beta male in the relationship. I guarantee you that.
Someone. I don't even know what to say about her. I would, as soon as she walked up, my mind would already be made up. She's a bitch.
See, this video is probably you'll probably never see it on the internet unless you guys did something crazy, unless she did something crazy. You get what I'm saying? So outside of that, she don't have no word, you know. And I'm more here to make sure they're all right than anything. You get what I'm saying? So,
but you also could do this video just on how the post is good, right?
Yeah.
So you can use that as a positive interaction.
Absolutely. See, what we do is highlight just the bad stuff that police do. Because we got videos of cops hopping out of their cruiser, playing with a basketball with a kid from right in the neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like police officers don't do good things. I've been pulled over before and I should have got a ticket, probably arrested, and didn't, because the officer understood what I was telling them. And, you know, even though he could have gave me a ticket, he didn't give me a break. So officers do good things. Not all cops are bad. And we don't think that, we don't put that down to the public. Just like not all people that are auditors or you know, have a camera in their phone are people that are bad auditors that you know, mix the exactly.
So WCN, since you're more fluent with my state, so the girl that's off to the left of the female cop right here, so is that his counterpart that he runs with?
Which one? I don't see her.
You weren't watching.
She's like right on the right hand side of that female cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rewind transparency.
Yeah.
Rewind it. It may be. Let me see.
Right here.
It's king and queen.
All right, hang on. Let me get started.
Just like not all people
Right
that
there.
are auditors or you know, have a camera.
Yeah, that may be her. I think so. I'm not for sure
Because
I can't see her.
I want to say the shirt says transparency on it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that may be her.
Okay. Just asking because I know you know him like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just couldn't see her.
That, you know, mix the exactly. It is what it is. What we do is it is what it is. We put out everything it is. You make your own judgment. You know. I'm not gonna give my first name, but I go. Yeah, we on YouTube under My State Transparency.
My State Transparency.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that must be with it.
Thank you for being professional too. And I might add this part online because you guys were professional. So and we appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So,
we don't get too many of y'all out here in New Haven that act like that. You'll see what I'm talking about if you go look on my YouTube channel. My State Transparency. Yep. We keep it cool till they get out of line. Then, you know, all bets off. I don't know. Everything except break the law. All right. Have a good one.
Yeah, James want to follow you over here. All right, well, he schooled their asses.
Yeah.
All right. My State Transparency. If y'all haven't subbed to him, go sub to him. He has a lot of great videos, a lot of great material. And he goes into the government buildings and the government public places. But yeah, he got some good stuff, man. Him and his old lady or his girl, wife. I don't know if they're married or not, but they both got some good stuff. Or his girl, wife. I don't know if they're married or not, but what was that?
That was me switching back to the YouTube channel, but I still had the volume up.
Oh, okay.
Because I keep our YouTube channel open too while I'm watching, so I can look at the chats in real time.
Yeah. All right, let me see what I got over here. I was trying to find a video. I came across someone brought it to my attention. A video about a guy that was traveling and didn't have his license tags, insurance, or anything. And he talked so smooth, the cop let him go. Everything. The cop was interested in his point of view as far as traveling versus driving and all that shit, man.
It wasn't Travis Hines, was it?
No.
Oh, okay. That dude's smooth.
Polyaudis does the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Polly don't have the plates on his car.
Nope.
I wonder, my question, I wish I would have been able to get that question. I didn't even think about it when Polly was on Foulmouth Veteran last night. I wanted to ask him, did they tow his car? Because, without him there to explain why you don't have plates, I mean, most municipalities would hook that car and roll with it.
Yeah, they're just taking it and going.
Yeah, here they don't do that because the plate actually belongs to the person, not the car. So, like when you buy a car, that person that owned the car takes the plate off, and then you have 30 days to get your car registered and get a plate on it. So you run around without it. But I can tell you a lot of times they will pull you over. They check for insurance.
They don't have
bill of sale, all that kind of stuff.
They don't have temporary tags in Arkansas?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Most states that I know of that I've been around have temporary tags. Ohio used to have 30-day temporary tags. Now it's 45. And I want to say Texas is 45 or 60, ain't it?
Yeah, not for sure.
Here you can actually go down to the DMV.
I think it's 30.
It's like I think it's $1, and they'll give you a paper plate that has when you have to have it done. This way you don't get messed with.
Yeah, like
I always like just leaving the plate off and have them screw with me. Gives me a reason to screw with
it's a temp tag. You got to have a temp. You have to have a tag on your vehicle in Ohio. You have to have a temp tag.
California too.
There's only one way that you can drive a vehicle without a tag at all on it, and that's from the point of buying it to your point of residence or whatever. But after that, you can't drive. You can't just be driving it around. They ain't gonna allow that in Ohio.
Yeah, here you have 30 days, but like I said, you can go down to the DMV and tell them, hey, look, I just bought this car. Here's a bill of sale. Here's my proof of insurance. And they'll actually give you, basically, I mean, you can print one out on the computer, and they literally use a black Sharpie marker and write in the date. And I could not tell you how many people I know, they actually scan it, turn around and take out the number and then reprint it blank. And all they do is they just write in a date for a month ahead, and they just keep doing that.
So back in the day in Ohio, the temporary tags were like that. They give you a temporary tag and it was registered to the vehicle, but it had a date on it, and that was the expiration date. And I had a Pontiac Grand Am one time, and I went about, I want to say 7 or 8 months where I just kept pulling the tag off and whiting out the number and then re-sharpieing it. But Ohio ended up getting smart, and now they have this piece of tape. So they write it in there with a Sharpie, then they take a piece of tape and they fold it down over top of it, and the piece of tape has like a gray watermark or something in the middle of it. So if you try to write over top of it, you can't.
Right.
So
yeah, here you can do that all day long if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, we used to get crafty back in the day. You could do a lot of things back in the day, and they wouldn't know.
Yeah. Now, like California, the plate actually belongs to the car.
Yeah.
So if I went out and let's say I got my tags last month and I sold you my car this month, yeah, technically you're supposed to switch the name over within 30 days, but I couldn't tell you how many cars I would buy, and I would just run around. I'd have insurance and everything in my name on that car, and I'd drive it until I had to retag it. And then once I had to retag it, I'd retag it and go about my business. And that's what most people do out in California. They'll just buy a vehicle and run it until the tags go out. That's when they'll re-register it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's different from state to state. It all depends on where you're at and what their laws are when it comes to registration and all that stuff. And I'm sure that there's all kinds of like Polyatis with his whole, you don't have to have a plate unless you're doing something for money or
right.
So what was the actual update with Polly? You said he was in a live with Foul Mouth Veterans. So did he say what he was actually charged with? Is Amy still in jail? Is she out or what? What's going on?
Well, yeah, he got charged with assault. That's what he's charged. That's what he got charged with. And at that time, I don't think Amy was out. I think Amy was still locked up. But they didn't talk. He didn't talk much about his ongoing case because he didn't want to, blew up my head. But
you don't want to jeopardize the case.
Yeah. So he didn't talk much about it, but he talked a little bit. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Amy is still in jail.
Okay. So did she get any new charges, or she just kept that same charge?
No, just that same charge.
Now, last I heard, she still has the same charge.
Yeah. Well, he got out, but I don't know if they're trying to get her out or what they're trying to do.
Did they drop a charge on him?
Yeah.
And why did he get out? Okay, so he only had one charge, and then she had one charge.
Yeah, they dropped the robbery on him.
Okay.
They dropped the robbery. He's got assault, which we all know that. And that's what we were talking about. I think me and Road Dogs was talking about it yesterday.
Yeah,
yesterday. I guarantee you, he's going to end up beating that charge because he didn't assault. He just took the bat away, so someone didn't get hurt, whether it was his wife or the other lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't believe she's gonna be able to beat that assault, man. That's me and my thinking. I don't believe it. I don't believe she's going to be able to beat it. I believe she may be able to plead it down to a lesser assault charge or a battery or something like that. But she's going to have to plead to something. I don't believe she's going to walk scot-free.
No, and that's what him and I were talking about last night. And I was explaining, if you look at all sides of the law, all the different things that happen, everything else, there's no way the best they can get out of Polly would be possibly criminal trespass, which that's not even on the table. And I don't even feel they can really get that. And if you notice, all he did was grab the bat. As soon as he got the bat out of the equation, he stepped out. So how they're going to get him on assault, I don't know. Her, on the other hand, and this is where Toe for Life and I were going back and forth last night. And I love talking to him because he brings up good points. I bring up good points. And we don't argue about it, but we bicker about it back and forth about, okay, well, this. And he'll come back and go, well, this. And it's actually a lot of fun to bicker with him because he does bring up some really good points. And then when I bring up the points that I'm showing him that are actual law, he's like, well, yeah, but, and we actually get down and we break it down case by case. We'll actually pull up case files. We will actually go over everything. And I agree with him. I feel she's going to have to plead to something. Battery 3, I think they're pushing it on that. But I think she's going to have to plea on something. But the case file that he was doing, the federal law, I don't remember what it was, 213, whatever. In the state of Oregon, the way the law reads is the shop owner has a right to use reasonable force, just like she told her, to get them out. Where I think she was in the wrong, and I feel she should be charged with something, was she was technically the aggressor when she had the bat in her hand. Because technically at that point, the way the law reads is you are not allowed to use deadly force to remove the person unless it's warranted, meaning they have some kind of weapon of their own. So for her to introduce a bat, which is considered a deadly weapon in the state of Oregon, that's where I think she went down. I think that's where she went wrong, and I think she should be charged with that as well. I think both of them should walk away. I think Amy actually had the right to defend herself to some extent. Do I think she went overboard? Yeah, a little bit. But in the heat of the moment, I probably would have done the same thing. Yeah, but Dragonette, you also got to remember, we didn't see the actual angle. By the looks of it, she looks like she possibly could have chest bumped her. By her doing that, she did unwanted touch. There again, that falls back to she had the right to defend her shop. So it's kind of one of those back and forth things. But if she would have stayed behind the counter with the bat and said, get out or I'm calling the police, and she dialed the police, I would say the shop owner was 100% in the correct. 100%. But when introducing that bat, according to Oregon state law, it is 100% illegal for her to do what she did. Yeah, Ellie, that's what Toe and I were talking about. It did not look like she touched her, but it was so close that she could have possibly done it. And Heather, no, she actually never touched her with a bat. She jabbed it at her, and that's when Heather grabbed it, or Amy grabbed it. Yeah, Amy grabbed the bat before it actually touched her in the chest or stomach, wherever she was trying to jab. No. No, as she jabbed her, she grabbed the bat, and that's when the fight began.
They were fighting their ass off too.
Amy got some good licks in there, boy. I'll tell you.
Yeah, you pause it in that video, or you run it back slow, and you see Amy catch her with a crisp uppercut, dude, Mike Tyson style.
Yeah, and all you hear is this thud, like teeth rattling together.
So I'll give it to Amy. Amy can get down. Amy will get down if she has to.
South Alabama, what are you thinking you missed?
Yeah. So anyways, so I guess we'll see. I mean, Polyatis hasn't been he hasn't been out there talking much. I mean, no one's saying if Amy's out or not. No one knows. So I mean, we'll just have to find out, I guess, down the road here. But I don't know. There's other things that's out here that we can talk about. What else can we talk about?
Well, the mask thing, Constitution, it's actually there again. It's a mandate that anytime you're inside of a private business, public or private, you have to have a mask in the city of Eugene. Okay, so he did do an update earlier today. But yeah, I think I don't see how they're going to make anything stick on him. At very most, possibly a criminal trespass. With her, I have a feeling they're going to plead it out. They'll probably give her like some kind of misdemeanor charge. But yeah, the part I think is going to hurt the shop is their tweets about they were being stalked, and the husband actually chased the guy down the street, and the guy pulled a gun on him, and he never backed down from the guy. And when the light turned green, he drove off, and all this other stuff. I think that's where it's actually going to hurt the shop owners on that one.
Well, I told you before, bad publicity is good publicity. And I read to you right off of their website and all that, and I told you that was going to happen. That place is going to be busy for the next 3-4 weeks, like insanely busy, and they're going to make a crap ton of money off of this because bad publicity is good publicity. And there's all kinds of bootlickers and whatnot, and all that are going to go to that store just because and buy cookies.
Yep.
So.
Yep, and they're actually blowing up.
What do you got, World Citizen? You got anything to add to that?
No, I don't got nothing to add to it. I'm trying to find this video, man. Man, I don't know what happened to it. You guys would.
Heather, if you're talking about the guy that pulled the gun on him, yes, he had been in the store several times. As a matter of fact, there's like 3 instances. If you read their Twitter page, they talk about him coming in, refusing to use a mask, blah blah blah. I'm going to come back with my friends, and the guy drives a black Silverado truck, if I remember correctly, and they would see the truck sitting across the street from the store and just hanging out, and the husband had enough because he was having to run down to the store to get his wife to her car, make sure that she was okay and all that stuff. And that was when he had enough, and he chased him with a baseball bat down the road, and that's when the guy pulled the gun.
Yeah. The guy in the truck, Heather, had a pistol, and he pulled out his pistol and pointed it towards the inside of his door when the shop owner came up to him with that baseball bat you seen.
Yeah.
Peg's
Ellie, what link are you wanting?
Welcome in, Peg's Place.
Oh, okay.
I'm back.
Hola.
Hola, senor.
Hey, Peg's
Listen,
Place.
got something for you guys to think about before everybody starts being so quick with things. Okay,
I'm not being quick yet.
Not that my my opinion's only an opinion,
Right on.
but and you know what they say about opinions.
Opinions
But,
are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
and most of them
Yep.
stink except for mine. They smell like roses. Hence the avatar.
That's why we have Toe for Life. He's our ass.
Listen, I'm gonna let you know one thing, Ellie, before you speak on what you're about to speak on. If it's something I don't align with, I'm changing my avatar.
Oh no!
No, actually,
no.
I think she's gonna fall in line with you. Actually,
well, it's a couple of things. And I mean, I was very clear on the panel the other day with how I felt with the whole Polly and Amy thing. And listen, if we're going to hold government and police accountable, you also need to be fair when you're judging when somebody's out there as well. And judging's not a fair word, but you need to be fair with it. As far as what the owner did in the video that Heather is speaking about that they played today with him with that bat at somebody's vehicle, he didn't assault him. He did what we call threats. I mean, he did say that he wanted to smash his phone and break it so he can see who the calls are coming from.
Yeah.
But remember, in that same token, okay, if you're going to say that owner was wrong because he threatened him with those words, then you're going to have to hold accountable anybody who uses words. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you say, somebody like Eric Brandt is in jail for 12 years for using words, are you wanting to say that this person should be prosecuted because he used words? He didn't hit him with the bat. He never touched him with the bat. He had the bat in his hand. You're allowed to hold the bat. Okay. He didn't say, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. He did say he wanted to break the phone, whatever. But again, there are words. So if you're speaking on actions, and again, I'm not saying that, he didn't agitate the stuff because the owner should have just not gone outside. There's no reason for that. I mean, there was no reason for him to do that. But
right. And that's what I was trying. That's what I was getting at being held against them is the fact that they were aggressors in past instances. And this one, she was kind of an aggressor as well.
Okay.
So what are you talking about? Wait a minute. Hold on. Who are you talking about, Road Dogs? Who in the past?
If you're the husband in the past, okay, I don't think he should be prosecuted for anything because he's not even in the equation when it comes to that. But I think that the jury themselves would look at the ongoing issues that they're having, and they may use that against the shop owners.
Well, and we don't know what happened when there's no video from before.
Right.
All we know is that there's incidents that happened, that they were in the paper. So obviously there were police reports. But again, you're asking me to take a police report when, listen, they can't even spell their own name on the freaking police report. So
here's what I have to say about that situation is we've seen the video today and the bat and everything. And I stand behind exactly what Ellie just said. The one-sided narrative, Keebler, I understand. Yeah, that's all that I heard or read about was that the guy had a gun. We didn't see it. Whatever. You're right about that. So I'm just going off of what I heard. So on that, everything that I have read about this crumbs together situation out here, I kind of feel like I'm going to give you my take on it. If I was the shop owner, the male shop owner, and that was my wife, I probably would have reacted the same way.
I would have too.
And I'm going to say that because I'm protecting my wife because the way things that we've heard is that they have supposedly were targeting his wife and yelling at his wife while she was locking the store up and things of that nature.
Well, and they've been getting threatening calls. They've been getting messages on their social media, and you have to take them seriously.
Right. So me personally, them sitting out, if that's the same people is what they said, or whatever, or people said or whatever. This is all hearsay, so we don't know if any of it's true, any of it at all.
Right, because there was no police report made.
Let me finish. If I had my business and that was happening to my wife, and they were sitting out in front of my business after they've already done this numerous times, and I had to go to my wife's and go to my wife's place or my shop and pick my wife up and make sure she got home safely, I probably would have reacted the same. Hell, I probably would have reacted worse. I probably would have tried to drag the dude out the car, honestly.
And here's the thing. Why is anybody else getting involved in this situation? Why do they feel they need to be vigilantes and take things into their own hands? You know, listen, everybody saw what happened. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. It's going to get tried in court. It is what it is. And I agree. You know, I was the first one, I think, that was on panel when people were talking about it. And I said, listen, you know, can I say something? And it's not going to be the popular opinion of the panel. Is I said from the beginning that the theft for the bat was a stretch. By all the means, I understand. Yeah. He left the store. She asked for it back. He said no, but I think he had the right intentions for that bat not to cause any harm between them. I mean, let's be honest. Amy beat the shit out of her while she was on the floor. That woman was grabbing her hair so she could get her off her, and Amy was grabbing her hair so she could keep her head in one place so she could beat the crap out of her. And she was clearly on the floor. If you stop the video, the bat never touched Amy. Amy reached and got that bat. She never chest bumped her, you know. But here's the thing people are forgetting. I don't care what this paper is that they're talking about. It is a private business. And even though it's open to the public, it's still a private business. And you have the right to refuse service. No shirt, no shoes, no service. She clearly had, you know, no mask, no exceptions, no service in 3 different places. It is her shop. She can tell you that she doesn't want to serve you. Well, it's not discrimination because it's not for race, religion, color, or creed. Okay. She was following a mandate that she gets fined $5,000 a day if she doesn't. That's a hell of a lot of cookies to sell. And their cookies are expensive. I looked online. Listen, I'm not paying no $15 for 6 cookies. You got to be crazy. I don't care how good your cookies are. They're never that good. They're not good. They're not good for that. I'll stick with my little $3.49 Chips Ahoy. Okay. But, you know, there's no way that they're worth that. But either way, you know, she's doing what she thought. She asked 4 times for them to leave. They could have stayed outside the store, but they clearly came in with a mission. It was on the tape. And truly, they probably wouldn't have gotten in as much if they didn't talk so much to those cops. But they just kept talking. And I'm like, please stop talking to them. They're not your friends.
And he even used the word, we targeted them.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was
and he said he had it online.
He should have used.
So I have a question. You guys had made a comment about the store owner and a previous incident with a guy in a pickup truck.
Yes.
And you were saying it to jury. What jury are you talking about?
I'm saying if it goes to jury, I can foresee them using that against the store owners as
store owners aren't on trial.
Yeah, they're not on trial.
Wait a minute.
They're not on trial yet. No.
You bring up the store owner's behavior, and if I'm sitting on the chair for the prosecution, I'm going to be saying objection, Your Honor, irrelevant.
Right.
If I'm in the jury, it's not going to look good to me as a jury member either. That
you're not going to get to hear it. You're not going to get to hear it. I'm going to say objection, irrelevant. Your Honor, sidebar.
Still hear it.
You
still hear it.
Right, but the thing is, you got a jury. To hear it. So the people who are going to be on trial are the people who are charged with a crime, and that's Polly and Amy, Rick and Amy. Okay, Rick sitting there saying, oh, well, these people did this before and did that. So I went down there to set things right. Okay, well, bingo. You're not going to be able to say anything about the guy before because you went there to cause a problem.
Correct.
Yeah,
that was his first thing in there.
What do they call that? Motive?
Well, I mean, listen, I made a comment on their page when I watched the video. I said, listen, I'm a big supporter of the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution. And I looked at it and I'm saying to myself, you never went in there and go, well, I don't wear a mask for religious reasons. Okay?
Or medical reasons.
Well, even a medical's not covered by the public accommodations law unless you're saying you're dragging it in through the American with Disabilities Act. So that,
correct.
But if you read the statute that he was quoting to the cop, that OPA 59A, whatever, I forget the numbers, but he was quoting, and I brought that up, and I went through it line by line, and I'm going, you know what? There is nothing in there that says anything about, political persuasions or your objection to wearing a mask, which it could have been. He never said, I object. Now, when I asked him on panel the other night or in a chat, he kind of inferred it was something to do with, somebody said conscientious objection, and I'm like, okay, I don't know where in the Constitution it says that, but okay. That sounds like stuff you do when you oppose the war and you go to Canada. But I don't know about mask wearing, whether you can say, hey, I'm a conscientious objector under what religious grounds do you use to say I'm not going to wear a mask?
Well, from what I understand, in the state of Oregon, the mandate, it don't matter medical or not, they have the right to refuse service.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I was going.
That's where accommodations come in, where they would say, okay, well, you can step outside, tell me what your order is, and I can pass it through the door. Those can be reasonable accommodations.
Right.
But you cannot make somebody serve somebody in a private business. That paper, they're using that as in because they serve the public. Yes, they serve the public, but they are a private business. They are not public. This is not government. This isn't where you get to just go where you want to go. And it's unfortunate. And I would love to be on their side. I would. But with this one, you can't.
Well, there is a public accommodations law in Oregon. I did see that. So, you can't go in and say, you can't come in because you're black. You can't come in because you're under 21. You can't come in because you're over 55. You can't come in because you're a Muslim. You can't come in because
you're gay.
You're right. You're gay. So there are, the law does call out the public accommodation protections for certain people. It doesn't. I didn't see where it says we can't let you in because you're sick. I think that somebody goes, hey. And in this case here, not wearing a mask, you could expose people to a contaminant. And I'm not a big fan of masks and mask mandates or anything like that. Leaving all that aside, I was just trying to figure out when I was watching it, and he was quoting the Constitution to the cop, and I'm going, ugh, you're getting into gray area for me. And I study the Constitution.
Well, and think about even for medical. When I have to go to my doctor, they go through all those questions. And if you are, they don't want you coming in either. And they can say no, they'll do Zoom or something else or accommodate you in a different way. But this isn't that case with this. It was purely they went there to address this issue because what he said was, we were given a tip of this lady with this bat.
Mm-hmm.
And
right, so they went there to
confront
her. They went there to confront her. They got the confrontation, and it got out of hand. And they handled it. In my opinion, they handled it badly. I'm thinking, you know what? It's probably something that's going to cost them a significant amount of money. I don't see them getting redress in federal court from this. I watch auditors get abused all day long on videos and stuff that people send me to look at and kind of weigh in on. And I really don't see, I wish I did because I like to, I like to support people. That one there, I really have a hard time. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I have a hard time supporting them too. I feel that they're going to probably drop the charges a lesser. Polly, I really don't see.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll drop hers, but he did not assault her. So I honestly, I cannot support any charges against Polly. I can't. Right. I don't see it. He never assaulted her. I know what they're claiming with he pointed the bat at her. That, come on. I think that's such a reach that it's listen, it's when you're from Philly, you talk with your hands. You don't even have to be Italian. You just talk with your hands. It's what we do. You know, you're not pointing at somebody when you do it. It's just your expression. So, and he just happened to have the bat in one hand and he's holding the camera in his other. But there was never an intent for an assault. There was never a threat with assault. You know, he was never aggressive with her. I think all charges should be dropped against him. If I was on a jury, knowing everything that I know, I would absolutely find him not guilty. But with her, I unfortunately couldn't do that.
Can I address the comment Keebler's got up there? Hey, Keebler, on that one there, you're saying the party's involved, okay? But the guy in the truck, he wasn't there. So he's not even a party to this case. The husband with the pickup truck and that gun and all that, you know, I mean, that's prejudicial to the victim, but even then, I mean, you know, you're going to say, okay, it's like me saying, oh, well, I beat up Ellie because she's a First Amendment auditor because Keebler came into my shop before as a First Amendment auditor and stole something from me. It's like, wait a minute. They're not related incidents. They may be related parties in terms of the people, but they didn't. That guy wasn't even there that day. So there's no reason at all that a judge is going to say that that's relevant. You know, maybe if the woman was, hey, the day before she came out with a gun or a baseball bat and beat up Amy or Amy's sister or something else where it was like, yeah, there's a close connection, but I don't see how they're going to, use that against the lady in the store because she didn't do, that's got nothing to do with her. She didn't do it. I'm not my brother's keeper.
Right.
So, but I do agree that, parties. So like if you could show that, hey, you know what? These people have a history of going at each other and what happened in the past between those two people is fair game, but not other people.
And does anybody even know what area Polly and Amy are from? Are they from Oregon?
I think Polly is for sure. I think, but I don't want to assume that. I believe they are.
And like I said, I don't know either one of them. I'm just going from that video. That's the only thing I saw.
Right. Yeah, I don't know them either.
Yeah.
And
so
it's like,
and to what Keebler, the other comments Keebler's making is I stand with you on that, Keebler. But the whole fact of the matter is so we talk about choice with that shop owner and choice of this and choice of that. Well, I'm a business owner, Keebler. And I don't have a choice not to pay taxes. I have to pay them taxes because if I had my choice, I wouldn't pay them taxes. I mean,
and you got to collect a tax for the state too.
Until I have enough money to hire the right lawyers and go after the state or the government for me paying taxes, I'm going to pay my taxes so I don't go to jail. And I can understand where they're the same way. They're going to listen to that state mandate so they ain't getting fined $5,000 a day.
And then
if they want to keep their business open, I mean, it's all about that mighty dollar. And if they don't have the mighty dollar, I mean, what are they going to do?
And you have to look at too. It's not just that business that was doing that. If you look at the barber shop right next door that they also did an interview with, he keeps his doors locked. They have to wear a mask or they do not come in the store. I mean, it's a mandate that's there. It's not like that one store picked it out and said, okay, well, we're going to go with what it is. It's every store that's there. Mm-hmm. And when it's your business, you're going to protect your business. At the end of the day, that's what puts food on your table.
Right. And when they had all this.
Let's go back to the comment where she says about wearing the green shirt. Okay. So when the government wants to infringe upon your rights or take action against you, all right. Now, number one, if they did, I do believe that if they said you don't have the right to wear a green shirt, well, that's not really constitutionally protected. So if it's not constitutionally protected, the test is a rational basis test, which means does the government have a legitimate interest in making that rule? So with the vaccination and masks, they're saying the pandemic gives them that. Now, when it goes to religion, Okay, so that's the medical side, rational basis. That just means that, it's got to be a good idea and it serves a legitimate purpose. When it comes to religion, the exemption is narrow. It's strict scrutiny, which means not only does it have to be a good idea, like serve a legitimate government purpose, but that the purpose and the way it's being implemented is narrowly focused in the least intrusive way possible. So, like, if they say, hey, you know what? Anybody can go swim in the ocean, but if you're going to drown from it and we're going to have to send Coast Guard out to get you, then maybe we have a reason to do that. But if you're saying, hey, that's a religious thing, and they're going, oh, okay, well, if they wear life jackets, then we have to let. It gets less. You have less rights when you move away from things that aren't called out in the Constitution. And there's nowhere in the Constitution that says you can wear green shirts. Freedom of life, liberty, and was in the bill or the Declaration of Independence, but it's not really in the Constitution that you can do anything you want.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, he's absolutely correct.
I agree.
Yeah. Here's my take on it, just being, a big dummy realist, but my take on it is any way you look at it, there's rules and there's things you got to follow in life. It doesn't matter. There's not a place on the face of the earth right now, not a country, not a piece of land that you can go sit on that there's not rules. Some rules are different. Some laws are different. Well, most of the other countries' laws and rules are different, but everybody has laws. Everybody has rules. And the whole choice and free and being freedom, I get it. I understand what people are saying, and I get how they feel. But in the world, not just America, that's just not an option. There's no option for being just free. Just completely free, where you don't have to pay nobody. No one can tell you nothing, that you can't do nothing. You can do whatever you want. So that's the way I take it as.
And nobody said that you have free choice to do whatever you want to do. Know,
it's all within reason.
You can make a choice, but there's consequences to those choices.
Exactly. Every action has a reaction.
And then the other thing you have to look at too, in terms of redressing these issues. All right. So, you want to go take on City Hall, you want to go take on the police department, you want to go take on, the government and things like that. Okay. Well, they have power over us, whether we like it or not. So, if you see them doing stuff that's wrong, maybe you do have to get in their face with it. But when it comes to a store, if you don't like what the store does, put them out of business. Stop using their product. Guess what? You don't have to shop there. If a cop's a tyrant and he's pulling you over because he's profiling you for something stupid, because you're poor, you're homeless, or whatever, okay, you know what? I'm going to support you, and let's go after these cops and be a pain in their ass to highlight what they're doing wrong. And again, when they went in that store and they showed the lady, and the lady came up and was pushing them out, you had them when you're going, look at these people that are throwing me out of the store for a violation of what you're calling of this law. Okay, videotape it, walk out of the store. You didn't need to put hands on that lady. I got it. The lady pulled the bat and she pushed you with the bat. But I guarantee you, if you backed up and left the store, she wouldn't have chased you out and touched you with the bat. Because if she did, they wouldn't be in jail. They would have been owning the store.
And she didn't grab the bat until she was pushed.
Right. And she brought it out and she showed, look, I got a bat. Now, even with the bat, did she need to do that? Did she overreact? Yeah, I'll give it her behavior. Her behavior, I'm not saying it was stellar. She
exactly.
But when you went hands on with her and pounded her into the sidewalk, I'm looking at it, watching, going, I don't know if I'd be running down and calling. Let me go find a cop, because I was saying this as soon as I watched it. I'm watching. It wasn't live. Somebody told me go watch this, and I was probably maybe 20 minutes behind on it. So I was watching it in the lag, and I'm telling you what, when I go, this isn't going to end good for these people. And then I saw him walking down the street. Let's go find. And here we are talking to cops. I'm going, oh yeah, you're just talking yourself right into handcuffs.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just show you a video of me assaulting somebody. I was like, oh.
All right, I got something. I want to know something. Now, when they went there, what was the whole deal? How did they find this place? From what I understand, someone told them about this place. Now, if someone did, do y'all know who told them and what exactly led up to them actually going to that
they
spot?
didn't say. All he said in the beginning was that he received a tip that there was a crazy woman that had a bat that wasn't letting people in that didn't have a mask on. So they were going to go investigate it with their Rule 18 something,
right.
Whatever it is. I can't remember. But that was before they were still like a half a block away when he mentioned that. So he said, we're going to go check it out and see how this is handled. So, I mean, he had the intent there that there was going to be a conflict. Here, it was set up for that. He wasn't going there for coffee. When he told the cops, she didn't even give us a chance to say we wanted a cup of coffee. Coffee was never the issue. He specifically already said that. And he said he had it all on his live, that, he had it all on video. I mean, he was telling them, listen, I have all the evidence here. I was like, what are you doing? Stop. Why are you doing that? Just people, don't, you have your Fifth Amendment. Please use it. Use it.
And I really don't know this guy. I just heard of him within the last few days. With a couple of days, I started watching. I don't even know if I watched his video. I may watch like a live or something. And then he ended up going to jail. So I really don't know who this guy is. But I was in somebody's chat and people were saying that a lot of the stuff didn't add up. The cops were conveniently around the corner and the way that this guy did it and the things that he was saying.
I know where you're going with it. I heard people saying the same thing. They thought it was a setup.
Yeah, it was just kind of weird. And then when I watched it, so, I don't know, but it was just kind of weird,
The cops had something else going on in the alley.
Yeah, there was some kind of a device or explosive device or something.
I was gonna say a suspicious item or something. Is what they said.
I don't think that the cops were set up, but I think them going there was. I think there could be some merit to somebody called them because he said that he received the tip. So, hey, this would be a good thing. Let's see. And there's another comment that Keebler made about, other states like in Texas have the same ruling, but businesses don't get fined. Well, every state's going to be different on how they operate and how they enforce that fine or not. But who wants to take the chance of being that one to get that fine?
Keebler's wrong. The governor of the great state of Texas shot that down. The businesses didn't shoot it down. Yeah, the businesses had their say and people were in uproar. I live in Texas. But the Governor Abbott, shot that shit down. He said, no way, ain't going to happen in Texas.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if they did not see it on Twitter, all the postings about that or the Facebook or whatever, and they just took it upon themselves to go to.
No, he said
that
they received a call.
Oh, okay. But
I think that's why the owner was saying he wanted to see who was on the phone calls, to see who's calling because they have been harassed by it. I think that's why they went to the extreme of having 3 signs that you could see outside the store before you enter that said, no mask, no service, no exceptions.
But
I didn't see that.
Oh,
just to let you know, Keebler, that's wrong. They weren't finding businesses in the state of Texas. That never happened. They wanted to. The federal government was trying to push it and all that. And Governor Abbott shot that shit down, I'm telling you. And the only businesses that were doing it were the big box stores like Walmart and CVS and Home Depot and Lowe's. And they still do it. Some still do it. Some of the stores are still doing it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I was just trying to answer Keebler.
Oh no, go ahead.
Us back.
No, you wouldn't interrupt it. Shit, we listening.
I mean,
we learning.
WCN, you ought to know. I mean, you live in Texas. You seen what happened here for the last 2 years. What did you
It's
think?
crazy.
Governor Abbott shut it down, right? He said that shit ain't happening here.
He said it ain't happening, and Texas is trying to separate themselves from the rest of the United States. They're trying to become the republic that they used to be. Did y'all know that?
Same way with Florida. Florida's trying to do it. No, see, the only thing that happened in Texas, Cleveland, is they shut shit down. The bars were closed completely, and the salons were closed completely. And that was in the hard midst of the pandemic. Was the only things that were open were stores like Home Depot and Walmart and the grocery stores and merchandise stores. Them were the only ones that were open. They closed everything else that was like more of a social gathering down. And like I said, all the big box stores, they went on the recommendations from Dr. Numbnuts and with the whole mask, so they were requiring masks. But that didn't end long. Texas was the first state to open up and quit doing the mask thing, so that didn't last as long as other states did. So that's just, and I'm here. I was here during the whole pandemic. I seen it all. So that's exactly how it happened.
And even if there's not the mandate and the business owner requires that for you to enter their business, they still have that right too. It's their business. It's just like when you go into, like we're in Pennsylvania, we have like Wawa and 7-Eleven. No shoes, no shirt, no service, no exception.
You got Sheets over there too, right?
Well, not in my part. That's up in the part of Pennsylvania where your directions are. Well, if you go on down yonder, take the second right past the green barrel, and
that's
it'll be there.
The Yinzers.
Yeah, that's there.
Oklahoma's that way.
I almost thought there for a minute that Constitution Matters was a Yinzer with his accent there a little bit.
No, I just have I knocked all my teeth out when I was a kid. I have dentures and I don't wear them. So
there you go.
Yeah, because you don't have a Philly accent.
Well, I do, but like I said, I slur because let me put my teeth in. Maybe I'll sound different. How about now? Do I sound any different?
Yes, you do, actually.
Yeah, see, because without the teeth in, like your lips don't form the right way. But like my wife said, I tell my wife, I said, you know what, if I was that vain and worry about things, I would. Because she yells at me, she goes, oh, but you put your teeth on when you go on YouTube. I said only for the first 3 seconds when the camera's on. Take them out because they are very uncomfortable for me. That's all. It's something I've dealt with my whole life, and they slip and they move. I've actually sneezed driving down the road and spit them out the window of the car and had to go back.
Oh, geez.
I'm saving up money. I'm saving up money to get a permanent plate, like the ones. Yeah, so that they stay in there. Because the one that they used with the suction to the top of the mouth, they're horrible.
Yeah, that permanent stuff though, they don't make it affordable, man. And then most insurance companies don't cover it.
Yeah, it's well.
Dental insurance is a ripoff.
Yeah, well, what I'm trying to do is save up on I have a plan where you put money in, and it used to be use it or lose it, but now I put it into a plan where you can stockpile it year to year, and I don't believe in doctors or any of that stuff, so I don't really use it. You know what I mean? Like I don't take medication. I don't go to doctors. I don't believe in them. But because, the dentist is something that I have to because, it's more physical than medical.
Yeah.
But, but other than that, I said, so every year I've been trying to get it. And I think when I, maybe after like 30 years, I'll be able to afford it because what I heard, it was going to cost me probably like $27,000 for full set.
You ever notice that your mouth could be fine, but if you even just drive by a dental office, your mouth starts hurting?
But, my dentist actually told me when I was a kid. So I went over the handlebars of a bicycle about a week before I went into high school. And it was funny because, well, I shouldn't say funny, but when I went to the hospital, the teeth came out root and all. So they were like, we can replant these. We can put these back in and save you some money on the dentures because your mouth isn't formed yet. So they reimplanted the teeth. So they sent me to an oral surgeon, and I was down the shore in Cape May, and they sent me to an oral surgeon in North Wildwood. But when I went over the handlebar of the bike, I broke my arm. But because of the mouth injury, they weren't worried about my arm. They never even, looked at it. They just, let's get him into the surgeon. So the guy's working on my arm. He's got me numbed up, and I'm watching him. And he had glasses on that I could watch what he was doing. And I was kind of out of it, but it was funny. He kept on bumping into me in my arm because he's leaning on me, and I'm going, ow. And he's like, you shouldn't feel this. I'm like, no, and I can't talk. They got my mouth wired open, whatever. So then the next morning, so after he got done with me, this is probably around 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, I finally went back to the hospital, and then they x-rayed me, set the thing, bro. So then the next day I had an appointment with this doctor, the dentist again, probably about 6 o'clock at night. I come walking in with my arm in a cast. And he goes, oh, now I see why you were going ow all night. But the thing is, my pain levels, my tolerance for pain is something that, because even when I was going through all the different surgeries and the mouth work as a kid, my dentist even said to me, he goes, I have a lot of people come in, and he goes, and for all the dental work that we do on you, you never complain. He said, I would think that you'd be crying, and and he said, you just took it like a trooper. So I don't know if I just don't have half a brain that I don't feel pain, but.
So how many teeth did they have to reimplant? 4
in the front, but then what happened was I got an infection.
Yeah, that's what does it.
And as a result of that, I kept like one tooth at a time. Would get loose and fall out, and finally I just said, you know what, take them all out. So that was in 2015. I had 11 teeth pulled. And this is actually coming into my favor for the vaccine exemption, because I'm filing for a religious exemption on the thing. And they came back and they're like, oh, well, man, I'm like, they gave me Oxycontin in 2014, and I wouldn't take it because it had acetaminophen in it, which is one of the ingredients in the Johnson & Johnson.
Right.
That people are objecting to because of, I'll come out and say it. I'm pro-life. I don't, that may turn a lot of people off, but I don't push it on people. I don't chain myself to abortion clinic doors and try to keep people out or anything. That's your personal decision how you want to live your life. But I personally don't believe in it, and I can document going back a lot of years that I don't get vaccinated shots. I don't go see doctors. I don't take medication. There's a lot of over-the-counter products that I don't take. And, that was because my mother was such a staunch believer in pro-life that, she educated me in all these things. And I remember the first time I got a flu shot in my life and I got sick, my mother's like, serves you right, because that flu shot, and I was like, holy cow, but so that was the only time I ever did get one. And it made me sick. Sure.
About your pro-life, and just because there's both sides to it, and I'll tell you up front, I'm a pro-choice, but for different reasons, because most people that I know that are pro-life are just regardless of situation. Are you pro-life regardless of the situation, or are there exceptions to
all right, so how I would answer that is, your decision of what you want to do is your decision of what you want to do. Okay. Do I believe the government should get involved? To a limited degree. Do I think abortion should be on demand? No. Do I think that there are cases where people, it's just like, can I shoot anybody I don't like in the head? No. But you know what? Because somebody threw this at me they're like, what's funny? You're pro-life, but you'd also shoot somebody because, I carry a gun and I've told people that I would use it if I need to. And they're like, how do you justify that? And I'm like, well, in some cases there's always exceptions to every rule.
Right.
So, I mean, do I go out and advocate for overturning Roe v. Wade? No. Do I think it was decided wrong? Yes, that's my personal opinion. Do I think that people that, it's not really my business to go out and save the world from itself. I'm trying to save my own soul.
All right. So like, I guess I'm more specific, or I need to be more specific and articulate how I'm asking it. Is, for example, if somebody was molested or raped, do you feel that person should have to carry that pregnancy?
I don't feel anybody should have to.
Okay, so you're pro-choice then?
No, I'm pro-life. Okay, I'm for it, but that's my personal decision. So, me personally. Okay, if you were my wife, daughter, girlfriend, whatever, and you came home and told me that you were molested and were going to have a child, I wouldn't have a problem with raising that child. Now, if you didn't want to raise that child and do it, I wouldn't judge you for not doing it. I mean, that's your so. For me, it's wrong. I couldn't support doing it. I would not encourage you to do it. If that's what you wanted to do,
but you can understand that side.
If that's what you had to do to make it through the rest of your life and keep your sanity, okay, then who am I to judge you? That's God's job,
right? Okay.
But what I do, okay, and what I'm going to do to support anything else, because what you do has nothing to do with me. Okay, when I get up there, I'm going to answer for myself, not for you.
Right.
Do I think you're wrong making that decision? Absolutely. Am I going to beat you up and try to stop you from doing it? Nope. To a limited degree, depending on how close you are to me and how influential I might be over you, because I feel that I should at least take a shot at it. But at the end of the day, it's not my call; it's yours. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Like I said, I'm not, I usually don't express my opinions on that subject because
that's a slippery slope, my friend. That's a slippery slope.
Well, I don't because so many people have, it's just like in politics. So many people have so many, they want to take one side or the other and it's absolute. And I believe in the middle. I'm a centrist, you know what I mean? And I'm an activist trying to change. Let me full disclose here. My goal is to limit qualified immunity for police officers politically. Okay.
Amen.
I need everybody. I need people on the right. I need people on the left. Okay. My political beliefs aside, I can't afford to alienate anybody in that mission. So if that makes me wishy-washy to some people, I can risk that. But I try not to call people out in the sense that I'm going to alienate one side or the other, because to me, politics is about numbers.
And the question is who's the person in the back saying that you have to pick a side?
Whoever side I'm not on at the time.
You know what I mean? Like I don't pick a side. I believe what I believe. That's what I believe. I don't pick a side. Even politically, I don't pick a side. If I like what someone's about and what someone's saying, and I think they're a good choice, that's who I like. If I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, and I get what you're saying about the abortion. That's perfect.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I don't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I try not. I try not to put okay, that's how I believe. That's what I think is right. Okay, I could be dead wrong. You know what I mean? I could be dead wrong, but it's what lets me sleep comfortably at night.
That's exactly it, man.
If you can do it, if whatever gets you through the night, and
and that's what I tell people all the time. If I sleep good at night, and I know that and in my mind I did everything right the day before that when I laid my head down, I think I'm doing good, man.
Well, and here's the things: words, no matter what, even though they have a definition, are still up to interpretation. So that's why I asked Robert, because I don't, even though when I say I believe in pro-choice, I don't believe in it as a form of birth control.
Correct.
I don't think because you had a one night stand or, whatever, and you decided, oh, I don't like this guy, we're breaking up, that you should just go and terminate that. My exception is to if it's like somebody was raped or molested or something, I don't think that woman should be forced to carry that. That trauma is something totally different. And, people have to make those decisions. So when I think about people asking me if I'm pro-choice or pro-life, it really depends on what your definition of those words are and how you interpret it, which is why I wanted to ask you what your view was on that specifically. Mm-hmm. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So I had a philosophical thought. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Okay. I decide somebody needs to die. Okay. I do that. I'm a murderer. Okay. How many people does it take before that changes from being a murderer to think? So, like, if I'm Angela Bruno going into Philly, and I got the mob, or let's go better, Nicky Scarfo, because he was supposedly more of a psychotic killer than Angelo, the Gentle Don. So I'm I'm Nicky Scarfo, okay, and I have people killed. I'm still a bad guy, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Joe Biden, and I order a missile strike on people. I'm patriotic. So what number? And again, I'm not judging Joe Biden or people who are patriotic who served in the military. This is just a philosophical thing that I play with. I don't judge people. I just say it. But at what point? So is it 60 million? 100 million? 30 million? You know what I mean? At what number did that change?
Yeah, where's your line? Yep.
So when you look at things like that and you see, that we live in a fuzzy logic kind of world, there is no real absolute line of demarcation to go, here's right. I mean, there is right and wrong, but right and wrong is...
Well, it's your personal...
it's a relative thing. So, what I believe is me. What you believe is you. I think I'm right, but am I right enough to say that you're wrong? That's just arrogance. So, so I try to just keep my own world. Now, when it comes to the police and how the police treat citizens and things like that, and people of power, I'm always for the underdog, always. So that's
right.
As Joe Cool would say, you learn about
compass
on these panels. That's what people should learn about me. If you're fighting, my screen name on Facebook is Tom Joe. I'm the guy who, if you're out there fighting for somebody that's doing right, I'm in your corner. Even if not everybody agrees that what you're doing is right. If I do, I'm in your corner.
Well, it's easier to go along with the majority than to stand up for your own convictions.
Right. Yeah, well, I've been an outsider. Like I said, I knocked my teeth out 4 days before I went into high school. They glued them back in, basically. So I went through from 14 to 19. I had what basically looked like, did you ever see the runners when they run and the shoe falls off and they got the glue gun and they just glue it right on the outside of the shoe?
Right.
So, or like a thing, it almost looked like toothpaste across the front of my teeth. An outside brace, almost like, but made of, which just looked like slime. So, I mean, I grew up where people were trying to get a date in high school. People were like, ugh, what's that on his mouth? And so it taught me to that people can be mean, number one. And then when I got it fixed and my teeth were replaced with.
You have to turn off your YouTube, WCN. There's 2 of you now. So we can definitely see you.
Yeah, I think he's got a couple channels.
Yeah, you got more than a couple. He's got like 5.